All right, here in the Air Studio here, just a few days following our successful fund drive, we're joined by some folks here who are paying us a visit. Brent Cobb and Hayes Carll, fresh down from Asheville in their show last night. Welcome, guys, to the station.
Morning.
Morning.
It's great to have you guys here. Just settle up to that mic there. You guys will share that mic. Folks, these two are on a little solo tour, solo together, I guess you can call it.
Uh-huh.
And when did it start?
Last Friday.
Friday night in Nashville
That's
was
right.
night one of our Getting Together tour.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night, all right.
Great sold-out Nashville show at the Basement East.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good little place. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the place that, because do you live in Nashville?
I did for 10
you
years.
did for a bit, Brent.
But we relocated back to Georgia.
Oh, you're back in
2018.
Georgia. All right.
And I live there now.
And Hayes has been in Nashville for a little while.
Yeah.
That Basement East, that's the venue that got hit by a tornado a couple years ago and really leveled. I was able to go there the other month and see all the renovations. Boom. It shows the power of the good part of the Nashville music community that they can bring it back together.
The guy that plays bass with me, Josh Williams, is also one of the head sound engineers at the Basement East. He was there that night of the tornado. It was, he's still a little shell-shocked from it. But, yeah, they all came together.
It can take a while to recover from that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, so you guys did last night in Asheville. That was a sold-out show, too?
It was a great crowd, and somebody in the WNCW family was there and had a was it Travis? Is that
His name was Travis. Yeah, maybe he had.
We don't know his last name, but he had something. Maybe it was a heart attack or something. Unfortunately, there were two cardiologists right there that caught him when he fell and were able to. They wheeled him out conscious and seeming to be on the mend.
I have never had that happen at a show before, so it must be you.
Yeah, I've had it happen several times.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'll take credit for the cardiologist being a part of my demographic.
I was going to say, you guys travel with you attract good people.
Yeah.
So Brent bought the cardiologist, and Hayes, well.
And I caused the
Heart attack.
medical issue, yeah.
Man. Well, if it's who.
No, I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, if it's who we're thinking of, it's a fellow who volunteers during our fund drives when he can. And man, Travis, get better.
Yeah.
Sounds like you
All
will.
the best to him.
Cool. Meanwhile, that must have been quite a shocker for your show, which was otherwise just you two on stage and a packed house and not a. It's just like you could hear a pin drop, I bet, with your songs unless there's a kerfuffle like that.
Yeah, well, we mixed it up, and we've got, I think, I'm a big fan of Brent's ability to not only write a great song, but to do something that can stop you in your tracks with a ballad or get you fired up. So I think the crowd rolls with us when we need them to. When we need them to listen, they're there. But when we ramp it up, they ramp up their energy as well.
Yeah, they're rowdy and they pay attention. It's kind of a neat. We came up with empathetic rednecks last night.
We were talking about
maybe what we are.
We got like 3 song ideas, and Wally, who's taking care of us on the road out here, said, "It's like this is perfect. It's like a honky tonk that still cares."
That's right.
Yeah,
which it kind of was. It felt like a rowdy crowd who cared and knew how to be.
Yeah, and empathetic rednecks. Well,
And I don't mean that offensively at all,
Yep.
by the way, but I am one of those. It's like I like Sentimental Hank.
Yeah. Well, like attracts like, which explains why you two are together and why you bring good folks to your crowds. And you're playing tonight in Charlotte. We'll see who shows up there, what kind of demographics and vocations and skill sets. The Neighborhood Theater is the show tonight in Charlotte. You guys are going to be swapping songs. Why don't we start with one of you or both of you, however you want to do it. Let's hear some songs.
Let's
kick us off.
I had the opportunity to be a part of this tribute album for John Anderson that Dan Auerbach and David Ferguson produced. And I did a song called Wild and Blue, written by John Scott Sherrill. And here's my rendition of it. Way across town, a phone rings off the wall. If you know he ain't home, why do you keep calling, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. You know that it's true. It's making you wild and blue. Wild and blue. It's no wonder. Look at the things that you do. They could just take you up yonder, honey. You're already wild and blue. There's somebody's room on the far side of town, with your mind all made up and the shades all pulled down. You know someone is trying to satisfy you. He don't know you're wild and blue. Wild and blue. It's no wonder. Look at the things that you do. They should just take you up yonder, honey. You're already wild and blue. It's 4 in the morning and you're all alone with no place to go. Why don't you come home? I'll be right here, baby, waiting for you. I know you've been wild and blue. Wild and blue. It's no wonder. Look at the things that you do. They should just take you up yonder, honey. You're already wild and blue. Wild and blue. It's no wonder. Yes. You look at the things that you do. They should just take you up yonder, honey. You're already wild and blue. Well, they ought to just take you up yonder, honey. You're already wild and blue.
Wild and Blue. It's a song from John Anderson, and it's on a new tribute to him that we just loved when we got it here. And Brent Cobb led that on that one, with Hayes Carll joining in, Wild and Blue. And I'm glad you got to be on that. That's a pretty cool collection.
Oh, man. Yeah, it kind of... Well, I tricked those people, Dan and Ferg. I requested to see if I could do Wild and Blue. I didn't tell them I'd been practicing it for about 17 years. And when I started going to L.A., a buddy of mine from Black Mountain, Rowdy Jason Cope, I'd stay on his couch, and this Wild and Blue is one of the first songs that we would dissect. He would take me to school. And so I'd been practicing it for a long time, and I went in there, and I sang it like one time down, and I blew everybody's mind. And
yeah.
I just let them think I was that good.
Right. Little did they know you've been planning for years on that one.
John's a great human being and a big influence of mine my whole life.
I bet, yeah. We just played Down in the Buffalo, and that was my introduction to him, was really because they do Seminole Wind. Ooh, yeah. And then from there, go down the rabbit hole, getting all these great songs. So John Anderson, though, unless there's any confusion, he's still around. A lot of times these tribute albums come out after an artist has passed on, and that's such a lovely tradition, isn't it? But sometimes they come out before they've gone, and they can actually weigh in on it. What's better for you guys as songwriters and participants, before or after?
I am happy to celebrate John and his time. You know, it's.
I want my tribute to be when I'm alive.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah. Just in case y'all are out there planning.
Yeah.
When should we celebrate Hayes? I think sooner than later was probably the move.
Yeah, I've sort of come to terms that it will take me a long time to really be recognized, but someday, and hopefully I'll still be alive. I'll be laying over there old And everybody finally will go, Brent's stuff was pretty good the whole time.
Yeah.
He's all right.
That's going to be my project, man. I'm going to start a Brent Cobb tribute record.
You do it for me, I'll do it for you.
All right. We probably shouldn't have put this on the radio. Now they'll know our plan.
Now you gotta share details, or you're gonna have to keep it a surprise amongst each other.
Oh yeah.
See what the managers say.
Pretty much all of my albums are tributes to Hayes.
Your most recent one, Brent's a gospel album. Maybe that's a tribute. Maybe we should treat Hayes as a god.
Well, in my songwriting book, he is, for sure.
And now let's turn to Page. That's the name of the new one from Brent Cobb. After, we loved your other albums, Keep 'Em on Their Toes, Providence Kin. I feel like that was maybe the first we got, but no, we got Shine on Rainy Day as well, right? 2016. And then this gospel album, that's done by a few other country gods besides Hayes. Jerry Lee Lewis done it, Willie Nelson, Elvis, they all did gospel albums.
Yep.
Did you consult how they had done it, or was this really independent of that it's kind of a country tradition in a way?
Well, yeah, I grew up in a very rural Southern Baptist church, and it's like quintessential what you would imagine, and yeah, listened to all my family's musical, and I've always felt like if I'm going to be a country singer, I must follow the tradition and make a gospel album someday. And so I just recorded the Southern Baptist greatest hits on that one, and that was why I did it.
And you had your dad on it, I think?
It was a family affair. It was my dad, my sis, me and my wife wrote the only original on there. My mom sang on it, and of course Cousin Dave produced it.
Yeah.
And
your dad kind of leads the congregation there.
That's right.
Some of his dad did as well.
Yep. He leads the singing.
Yeah. So what does the congregation think of the record? Do they support your music career? Did they before this? I mean, they support it more now?
They always supported it. In my family, I was fortunate that music was always looked at as a true source of income. Like a trade, just like working on appliances or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they seem to like the gospel album. I think I might have scared some of them with a couple of my renditions, but yeah, I think they're proud of it.